Hello and welcome to the next Shitterbowl part. Arcacephaly found a magic site, the Moonlit Halls. One Astral Pearl a turn, very nice. He fought a battle, I think this was against Lion Tribe. Yeah, just some scattered Lion Tribe. Nothing too worrying here, especially with his profit. He does lose a chariot though, unfortunately. Oh, they start retreating. I wonder if they died on the retreat. No, they just lost one chariot actually, so not that bad. He finished his palisade here in the Troll Canyons. And he's immediately starting to upgrade it to a fortress, which is neat. Not recruiting anything here, though. I guess because... Whoa, whoa, huh? Blood hunting? No, dude, this guy can't blood hunt. He's just some guy. Blood hunting for just a dude means he's just, like, going to random houses and, like, taking women and saying, like, are you a virgin? Kind of creepy. And also not gonna work, just gonna like irritate people and cause problems. Very, very rarely this works. He's recruiting a lot of units though. Building a palisade over here still. I guess he's spending his gold on making a fortress. He's gonna try this Bear Tribe province. Sees Agartha's palisade down here. He's going for this province. Can he beat this? It's got heavy cav. Oh yeah, I'm sure he can win. Odd, he's keeping these heart companions and a single archer behind, and he has archers as bodyguards. These guys are actually really terrible bodyguards, maybe even worse than militia. Yeah, they're worse than militia for bodyguarding purposes. Wait, no they're not. Wait, why is this? I guess his stats suck because he's in a swamp. I see. Okay, I mean, not much to add here. This province really should have been taken a long time ago. Ictiads aren't that spooky. They're really not that scary, especially not to things that have a lot of size, or at least size 4, like chariots. Why? Maybe he just doesn't know what to do with this guy, so he's having him blood hunt. But furthermore, you don't want to blood hunt your capital. It's a very important chunk of income, and if you start draining it, you're gonna inordinately cripple your income versus if you were just blood hunting over here, where the income's a lot lower. So reducing this number by percentage is a lot less impactful than reducing this number by the same percentage, because this number's bigger, obviously. So 5% of this is a lot more than 5% of this. But just site searching. His gem income is looking pretty Like, nothing really to say. It's solid. I've been told that a gem income that matches the turn number is okay. So he's currently even in that way, which is nice. He picked up a Windspire in this province, which is cool. Air gem income. He'll probably win these battles. He's starting to ramp up his expansion a little bit more, which is good, because he was just sort of wasting time on like turn 7, 8, and 9. I think in that 3-turn time period, he took 1 province, which is really, really terrible. Still going for Thaumaturgy too, but has absolutely no research. So pretty bad. Hopefully he'll start with this guy. He'll start researching again. And then Ulm. So he took this second army to attack some Indies. I think you can probably guess how this goes. Some of these are even black plate, black steel full plate guys with really high protection. And yeah, the archers just run. Take no casualties. I get some province income, which is cool. And let's see, what is he doing? So he took this unit and he walked him from... So he went here to up here, and now he's just going into his cap. So what was the point? He is making Black Knights in his capital, which is cool. These guys are pretty neat units that I like. I think they're okay. Maybe a little overcosted on gold, but they do cost a lot of recruitment points too. They're really good. 23 protection, and they basically ignore the... well, some of the main deficiencies that All Mights have, that being high encumbrance and pitiful defense skill. They've got pretty good stats in both. And even though this is a lot of even though a lot of this defense skills from a shield parry, meaning if he passes because of the shield parry, it hits his shield, the shield's still extremely strong. Looks like he's going here to 18, moving his spy over here. I don't know why. I'm sure he'll take it without any issue. Really, all these provinces he should have taken already. Like this army up here doesn't need to be one army. This could be 2 or 3 separate armies, and he could just be taking all this. Like, this army could take this province, no problem. Like, effortlessly, it could probably take this. It could take this. It could take this. It could take all of them. I mean, it's his profit even, so make it even easier. This, maybe, these are a little more sketchy, and this too. This is free. This is free. Yeah, a lot of free land that Ulm should already have. What's he researching? Nothing's changed there. His research is looking, compared to Arco's, quite good. Marignan had a lot of battles this turn. He tried to assassinate a commander up here in Fascia's province, which he succeeded, but it's like, what's the point? This is Fascia's cap circle. You're just helping Fascia out. He tried to attack the independents here in the mountains. A lot of heavy cav over here. Looks like they're going right for the crossbowmen too. Oh, this could be sketchy. Oh, the friar gets fragged instantly. That's pretty bad. A lot of units dying. I'm sure these guys are checking for morale. And they're just passing, thankfully. The indie commanders get routed off the battlefield or killed, so I'm sure these heavy cav will flee. Yep. So he wins. Honestly, that seemed a little lucky to me that he won that. I feel like that probably should have gone a bit more like the Architect battle. But, to be fair, his morale's very high when blessed. And he even got 1 crossbow back. But this is a pretty icky loss. Not the worst thing in the world. Trying again in this province. It's gonna go the same way. As always, just kill everything. He lost a knight? How? I wasn't really paying attention. He blesses all of them. Who died? Oh, I see. One of them was taken to his undying HP. And that's this guy right here. Yeah, he's at 0. Well, he gave his life. So that's unfortunate, losing 50. He does get a Scepter of Authority, which is a cool item that causes combustion, and that's why some of the knights were burning. Ooh, this province has got war elephants, which... yeah, it was basically like the war elephants were just gonna... no, this guy's dead. We're just gonna pop. I thought they would be more efficient. I thought they would do more damage because they have trample and they could trample the knights, but they just couldn't hold up at all. What happened? Nature Gems, and Gebwin is got an Iron Will. So more MR. That's pretty neat. That's a good one. Looks like he is forming up all of his units here on this province, which is this Witch Hunter with a few fire gems, scripted to cast Flame Bolt, a bunch of Knights of the Chalice on the flanks, all of them being told to hold and attack rear, some crossbowmen in the center, just a random assassin out here building a palisade, and he is taking this army over here, and he is walking into 133. He's also assassinating it at the same time, so there shouldn't be a battle if the assassination succeeds, because I think there's only one commander left in here. This really seems like Marignon is intending to invade Fascia. Definitely. I mean, walking into someone's cap circle is a declaration of war, for sure. But this move could be construed as defensive because his palisade is just 2 turns away from being done, and it is possible Fascia could have a scout here and could see that construction is occurring. So maybe he's like, okay, you know, I'll get the upper hand on this guy who's making aggressive moves towards me, which Marignon has no reason to have told him that those moves were happening. But here they are. Is he still doing that? He's still instilling an uprising. Unrest very slowly growing. But yeah, this is a pretty scary army. Knights of the Chalice are no joke, especially when blessed. Here's the Scepter of Authority. Pretty cool. Combustion is a fun spell. It's also not a terrible weapon to just like bash them with. It's worse than the longsword, but it does do magic damage. So yeah, Fascia's gonna have a rough time if Marignon invades. I mean, they could definitely win with lightning bolt spam, but it's gonna be costly, and there could be Vulturous players in the wings. Agartha, maybe Fascia, or Archacephaly if he ever takes all this land and gets over to this bridge to take this throne. And then Fascia could be in a bit of a tough spot. He's also, his capital is a fortified city, so the wall integrity is 300, which I feel like is kind of poor. Gonna compare that to Arco's capital, which is just a castle. Yeah, Fascia actually has a crappy capital for integrity purposes. Anyway, it's bad. So that could be important. Okay, so Agartha tried to attack Indies here. This small collection of guys against this collection of guys. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not like these are... Okay, so, okay, they've got experience. They've got experience. Maybe they can win. Agartha getting some very poor rolls here. He gets the light infantry to retreat, but there's still a lot more guys to chop up, and they're so wounded too. Like, so many of these Indies are hurt but not killed, and his guys just flee first, unfortunately. So he loses that battle. His cave... Did his cave captain run up and like join the fight? Is that why he lost this battle? Let's see. His cave captain is up here fighting, but no, that's not why he lost. His cave captain was alive to the very end, so that had nothing to do with it, but he just didn't bring enough guys, and it was also, I think, some poor-ish rolls. It's not like he needed a lot more. You could see that was pretty close. At least one squad, the light infantry, were running, and there's very little left. 3 heavy infantry, and then some garbage militia. And he lost 2 guys in the retreat. Unfortunate. And his other battle here in these mountains, another just line of dudes. We've got heavy infantry with spears this time. And looks like this one goes a lot better for Agartha. Yeah. He beats those units a lot more convincingly. And the archers are unable to stop them. Yes, like just a basically these provinces were very comparable in terms of indies. This has 28 generic indies, and this has got 28. I mean, the primary difference is this one has archers, and this one has light infantry. And the light infantry definitely made a huge difference. You know, fighting, soaking blows that would have gone on other units. Whereas in this battle, you just have archers plinking guys with shields and not doing anything useful. But he did have just a few more numbers, and you could see this was like a pretty decisive victory, and this was a decisive... decisive. This battle was anything but decisive. This was a Pyrrhic victory for the independents. So what I mean to say is, this was very close, and kind of unfortunate. So he's taking this army and all of this and walking to 26. Maybe. The light infantry will definitely get hit first, and all these guys will die to the cavalry lance charge. So if that's the plan, then perfect. That'll work out just fine. And he's got one more than 5 in the squats. That's good. He's got his prophet here. Not scripted to cast spells, but I think he just kind of will do it because the AI knows that's the right move. I think he can win. Maybe. What's he doing over here? Oh yeah, he did cast Attentive Statues at last, which is cool. I could show you the statues. These guys are pretty good. Like, they're not sacred, so they're not his best statues, but 22 protection. Insane. It's like an All Might, but they're also slash resistant and pierce resistant. So most weapon types in the game are only going to do half damage to these guys. So they're extremely tanky. They've got a really good weapon. Like, I mean, the length sucks, but the attack skill's solid. The damage is pretty good. Their defense skill's really high. And their shield is even tankier than they are. Protection 26. Like, passing on the shield check is even better than getting hit in the body. Yeah, these guys are not bad at all. Also, they can go underwater, which is cool. They've got Spirit Sight. Yeah, I mean, they never heal, which is a little unfortunate. But... wow, map move 22. How's that possible? How could they, like, teleport, but their in-battle speed is so slow? How does that make sense? Anyway, he's not moving them out. Presumably, like, here, this guy's casting Attentive Statues. Presumably, he's looking for a critical mass of these statues before he sends them out. Also, they never run. Their morale's 50. They're, like, gonna stay in battle forever. These things are just fantastic, and they're just like the beginner level statues, and he's going right for statue level 3, and these guys are much better, and then these are insane, just like strict power spikes. Sending a scout into Ulm, and what does he bring over here? Just an expansion army. Presumably to hit some of these indies. Not sure where he's going to go with that yet. He's got a fortress in progress here. Thankfully not recruiting the indies anymore, so that's good. But I feel like he could get away with recruiting some scouts. Yeah, I mean, you know. Ooh, recruiting Pale One soldiers? Nah, dude, don't make these guys. I guess they're cheap, actually. 9 gold, but these units just suck. It's like they're indies. Their best thing is the siege bonus. Their siege strength is nice, and they can go underwater. Okay, don't need to eat. Like, they've got some positives, but you know, decent HP, but their protection sucks. Like their size is 3, so their attack density is low. They never hit. They can't defend themselves. They're slower. Their morale is nothing special. No, I don't like these guys at all. And their protection is actually bad. On the body, it's 10. Like on the head, it's good. On the head, it's 16. But everywhere else, it's trash. I wouldn't make these. Basically, I mean, I get it. He's got a lot of resources and not a lot of gold, but why not just save the money and then spend it on a commander over here, so that way you can lead the army that'll be over here next turn, for example. Or put a little bit of PD in your provinces. Not very much, you know, just like a handful. I get it. It's kind of tedious to put PD everywhere, but it is important. I'm really surprised this province has not popped some barbarian horde. I guess he just, like, it's not going to happen? I don't know. And we get to Fascia's turn at last. So we found a magic site, the Sun Ridge, over here. 2 fire gems. Wow, that's really good. I forgot to mention, I just realized last video, I forgot to point this out. He found the Mirror Wall Palace. Insane. 3 air gems is okay, that's crazy. But then he gets this, which is a really neat mage. It's not doing a whole lot for him because he kind of already has access to all that stuff. The only thing that it's giving him really big access to, I'm just double checking that this is the case. Yeah, I mean, the thing it gives him access to is death. But that said, he has to make a lot of these to get a death random. I mean, it's as common as an Olmish thing is, you know, it's a 1 in 4 and then a 1 in 5. And they're slow to recruit, so it's not like a reliable way of getting into death. But hey, at the very least, it's a pretty good mage, like just on its own. I would recruit some of them at least. It's I think it's a more gold efficient mage than the it's a more gold efficient mage than this Colossi Weaver. And it doesn't have the cool forge bonus, and it doesn't have access to like fire. So, you know, it's not like the end all be all, but you know, I'd consider making at least like one. You know, it sort of fulfills the same role as the Colossi Queen. You know, a bigger communion master sort of dominator role, but now this can be made off your capital. So now your capital can instead be used to make your prince consorts, which are also pretty cool mages that get you high paths that your communion stuff is not going to get you high stuff in. Like high fire, for example. You can get a little fire with your communions, but you can't get high fire for the purposes of like forging or ritual stuff. So, anyway. I mean, this is a crazy magic site. For nothing else, like, this is, it's good to not have someone else own it. Where is he moving his troops? His movements look a little weird. So he is taking this big army. Oh, man, we're going to see a battle next turn. This is going to be the first player battle. I didn't look at these, but it's like, okay, he's killing Bear Tribe here, and here he's killing Barbarians. I guess watching Barbarians is neat, because they're pretty strong. I'm surprised the Barbarians didn't kill more. Oh, we've got Lightning Bolts coming down already. Yeah, Lightning Bolt's such a freaking good spell. How many kills did she get? She only got 2. Or, oh, this is the Storm Captain. You only got 2, but still, 2 Barbarians. Absolutely worth it. Wow, these guys are 13 gold. I mean, they're good. traveling sorcerer was staked by upset peasants. Before his death, he cursed the land and everyone in it. What a bigot. Taking all these dudes and walking into some lion tribe. A bunch of monkeys. These Bandar warriors. Or is he... Yeah, he's rehiring them. Is that really their bid? 76? Wow, okay. And he's hiring the pirates too in Province 7, which is over here. I guess he wants to sail or something. Maybe that's his new plan. That's why he's moving his units here instead of attacking this province. So he wants to sail across the sea. But yeah, this is interesting. All of these Colossi light infantry, 38 of them, on fire. And he's got his commander here to hold and stay behind troops. So, well, unquestionably, Marignon and Fascia's armies that are walking into this province can beat the Indies here. What really comes down to is who's going to win the bump. Because whoever wins this bump will really determine the pace of the game for both these players, because we know Marignon's consolidating a big army over here. Fascia's got a big army over here. Fascia still does not have a fort being built this turn, so he is extremely vulnerable. Like, if this bump goes badly for Fascia and Marignon wins this decisively, Marignon could walk onto his capital and shut down production, and that's it for Fascia. If he does that, game over. He's done so. Like, even if he repels them off the siege, he'll be so far behind, like, the odds of him winning the game just plummet dramatically. But that said, this is a lot of Colossi light infantry, and if anything's gonna go toe-to-toe with a stupid hell-blessed unit, it's a guy who can throw a javelin really hard and hit for 16 damage. Like, one of the major strengths of the knights in this game are their really high defense skill. You know, that's not going to help them when a javelin comes at them. So, at least I don't think it does. Huh. I need to check how precision factors into that. Oh, maybe I can just read it here. Precision. Okay, whatever. This doesn't really tell me. Does defense skill say anything? No, it says melee combat. So, okay. Yeah, I think that's somewhat right. And it's not like these guys are any slouches in melee either. Like, they're not going to be getting a lot of hits. They can dodge somewhat effectively, and they've got a pretty hard-hitting spear attack. Like, if they actually land their melee attack, they could probably do damage. And there are a lot of them, but I have to imagine that basically what I think will happen is Fascia will win the battle, but he's going to take some nasty losses. And also his commander is at a real risk here, because Marignon's units are on a attack rear command, so it's very possible that they could sneak around and just assassinate the leadership before the Colossi light infantry can take them out. I think these numbers are just too overwhelming for the few Knights of the Chalice to deal with. But the battle Marignon could definitely win if this horse tribe gets ganked. But they also have to kill this woman too. No, they could do it. They could do it. Like, she'll have personal luck. That, I don't know. It's not a surefire thing. If this was a Colossi Weaver with Air 2 who could cast Lightning Bolt, I think Fascia would have a much better chance of victory. But I think they'll still win anyway. It'll just be a little bloody. And this is a free province, of course. So we'll have to see what Marignon is going to do and what Fascia is going to do now that war is, well, set to occur on the next turn. Or at the very least, a nasty bump. So, till then.